Hey guys, it's Splinterverse. Welcome to Frustrating Friday. Today's deck is called Gobblers, and we will be focusing on some Gobbler creatures or troops, if you will. So let's get into the deck tech. I will list all of the cards in the description so you don't have to pause and type them up. I'll also include a timestamp in case you want to skip the deck tech portion of the video. Alright, so let's start with our champion. So it's Sir Giles Rowan. So Sir Giles Rowan is who you want. He has, let me find him in here so we can give you some details on his powers. Alright, so his starting health is 21, and for 4 charges and a ruby threshold, target troop you control and all troops in all zones that share a trait with it get +1. So looking at our troops, Gobbler is the trait that we're going to go after. So anytime you have a Gobbler on the board, you want to hit that power. Alright, going through the deck, we've got 7 Sapphire Shards, 7 Ruby Shards, 4 Brewed Ambrosia, and we'll show you why you need those soon. And then Well of Innovation, 4 of those to help manage the colors, 1 Ruby Ice, 1 Sapphire Ice to further that. Now we start getting into the Gobblers. So this one is unique. His name is Bogberg the Great Gobbler. Hopefully you hit him when you're doing a Brewed Ambrosia, because you'll get 2 of each color, which would be great. So he's a flyer. Each champion discards their hand and draws 7 cards. This gets +2/+2 for each action drawn this way. So this deck is heavy on actions, and you'll see why shortly. Very, very cool card. We do have 2 pieces of equipment on him. We have the head slot, which is the Gobbler's Goggles. Each of the cards named Bogberg the Great Gobbler instead have deploy. Each champion discards their hand and draws 7 cards. This gets +2/+2 for each action drawn this way. Then actions in your hand get when you play this, copy it. So it's going to improve upon an already good card text there. And then we have the Footgear, Gobbler's Footgear. Each of your cards named Bogberg the Great Gobbler have speed, so that's cool. Then our next one is Flickering Gobbler. So this guy is got Rage 1, Flight, Speed. At end of turn, if you played an action this turn, put it into your hand, otherwise sacrifice it. So you want to carefully play him so that, you know, if you have 2 resources available, you don't want to play him. You want to wait till you have 3 and you can play a 1-drop like Burn over here. Otherwise, he'll end up in your crypt instead of where you want him, which is in your hand or on the battlefield. So next we have Spellbobble Gobblers. So again, this is why we're targeting that trait Gobbler with our champion's charge power. It's a 3-drop, so a lot of these are low cost. Flight, when this deals damage to a champion, create 2 random actions that you meet the threshold requirements to play and put them into your hand. At the start of your next turn, discard those cards. So yeah, you want to give a higher priority to those actions that are created, but there could be some really good ones that are created by your Spellbobble Gobblers. Then we have Ragefire. Deal 2 damage to target champion or troop, and then it escalates, so it goes back into your deck. Very cool. This happens to be the alternate art, but you can play whatever version you want. We got 1 of those, and for the last 3 Gobblers, we've had 4 of those. Carve the Stone. This is a PvE only card. It is a basic action. Create a random basic action that you meet the threshold requirements to play and put it into your hand. It gets deal 3 damage to target champion or troops. So regardless of what the action is, it's got some additional power. Now we've got the weapon slot occupied with Stonecarver's axe. So your Carve the Stones instead have it deals 5 damage to target champion or troops. So this is already pretty good with the 3, but it's going to be buffed to 5 with that. So very cool card. Burn, it's classic. It's a quick action, deal 2 damage to target champion or troop. So pretty straightforward there. And by the way, we have 4 of Carve the Stone, 3 burns, 2 Ragefires, 1 is alternate art here. Engorged Gobbler, it's a 10-drop normally, but it's got Crush. When you play an action, this gets cost -1 in all zones. So this is the win condition. We're trying to get to play this Engorged Gobbler. He's not unique, so you can have multiples of him. By playing all these actions and doing all this nastiness leading up to playing him on the board, we will be further reducing his cost, and all the copies are being reduced simultaneously. So yeah, very good, because he's in all zones. Even in your crypt, he would be getting his cost reduced. So that's 4 of those. Then this is a fun card, Liberated Berserker. It kind of seems out of place because he's an orc and he's not a gobbler, but he's pretty awesome here, especially with his equipment, which we'll get to in a minute. He's got momentum of 1, and Death Cry gain charges equal to this troop's attack value, which is going to increase over time. Now, look at this equipment, which is the chest slot, Battlecage Battleplate. Your Liberated Berserkers have, when you play an action, trigger this troop's momentum. So we've already talked about how we're going to keep playing actions, creating actions, all that stuff. So he's already going to get momentum of 1 from playing a resource. Now when you play an action, it's like getting momentum 2. You know, it's just going to keep triggering, and pretty soon he's going to be pretty big, much like our Engorged Gobbler. So these are kind of your big guys here. Then we've got Weave into Mystery, which is a PvE only card. Create a random quick action that you meet the threshold requirements to play and put it into your hand. It gets interrupt all opposing cards. So this is very powerful. We can not only create an action that's quick, it's going to interrupt other things. So it's got double powers there, which is nice. This card does have equipment, but we're not using it in this particular deck. Then our final, and we have 3 of those. Our final card, which we have 4 of, is Morphology. It is a PvE only card. It's a quick action. Put target card into its controller's hand, then transform that card into a random action of the same shards. But then we've got the Mighty Morphing Glove in our glove slot, and it says, instead, our Morphologies have put target card into its controller's hand, then transform that card into a random action of the same shards. It gets at the end of your turn. If this is in your hand, each opposing champion draws a card. So you get kind of that additional bonus of drawing cards. That's a very powerful equipment. This can work in a lot of decks. Keep that in mind if you're building your own Frostring deck. If you've got this equipment, which it's an uncommon piece, so it's not that hard to come by, you can take advantage of that, because the AI, especially in Frostring Arena, is not going to pay much attention to the fact that you're drawing an extra card every turn because it hasn't played whatever action you've created. So this can really give you that draw power in a Frostring deck. So consider this for any Frostring deck where you are running Sapphire, and I find it to be a lot of fun, so give it a try. Alright, well that's it for the deck tech. We're going to move on to the matches. Alright, we're starting the matches. We have skipped the first tier so that we can get into some harder matches. We're probably only going to play the second tier here, just so you guys can see some sample games with this deck. I don't know if I've played this all the way through before, but yeah, we're going to give it a try here. And I did not invent this deck, by the way. Most of the decks you're going to see at Frostring Friday are from others, and I don't happen to know who created it. Now that we've lost TCG Browser. Okay, unfortunately our opponent starts with a Primordial Caves. We're going to start right away with Brewed Ambrosia. See how much we can get for... Alright, so in this situation we want to choose this so we can at least get 2 different thresholds going. So now we're going to play this. So now we have Dream Dance with deal 5 damage to target champion or troop. Okay, and then all the troops in our deck are going to get deploy, draw a card, and choose a card to discard. Alright, so it's a cool action. We don't want to play him because we don't have an action to play to keep him alive. Alright, so our opponent's got Midnight Shepherd over there. Got to be wary of that. Here's the champion we're facing, by the way. want to get him down on the board, because then we can play an action with Flickering Gobbler. Multiple Midnight Shepherds. So we're not going to attack just yet, because we want to get this guy down, play this, now we can attack. And because we played an action, Flickering Gobbler will return to our hand. Unfortunately, he's killed that. He doesn't have the ability to steal it yet, but he will, because he is one shard away from having every shard he needs to steal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out all of those troops. I do like to play these kind of first because they're a little bit more of a pain. Alright, so we're going to play Flickering Gobbler. So for the targeting on this, what they want is a champion or troop, and this is going to do 2 damage to each troop. So all of these are going to die. He's going to die, unfortunately. I should have attacked first. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's attack first. I should have targeted it with that charge power. It's alright. You know, only played this a couple times just to get ready for this video. I haven't really played it a lot, so I'm not by no means an expert. Okay, so getting close to being able to play that now. So let's go ahead and do this. Take him down to 2. It's got the 5 damage on it, and now all of our cards get draw and discard a card. All of our troops anyway. We'll be able to play him next turn. He's got speed, can do the final 2. So it looks like we've got this one. Before he transformed into Stroke of Midnight. So they discard their hands. Look at all this beautiful stuff. And look at how low our cost is on this guy. I'm going to go ahead and target this in case he has some kind of something. Alright. Yep, beautiful. So that's just the first one. We're going to keep going here. Okay, now Poet of Glaaki is a mill deck. Thankfully it's not the elite one, so we will do our best, but sometimes against a mill deck, your decks are kind of screwed. We're going to do our best. Okay, we'll try this. No guarantees, guys. Alrighty, he's burying 4 things. Let's see what he got. Yeah, we got two of our Bogbergs, unfortunately. It's a shame we don't have anything in here. We might create an action that'll make it happen, but we don't have anything to... Alright, we're going to get red out of this. Okay, so we've got burn. We're going to save that burn, because we might need it later. We don't have any blue, unfortunately. Now I might go ahead and take that out, just so we don't have to... Yeah, we're kind of resource screwed at the moment. I should have paid more attention to what I had in my hand, starting hand. Alright. We have endless ruby. Yeah, so it must be... Oh, here's the card, by the way. So he's stealing cards. Come on, Sapphire, Sapphire, Sapphire. Yes. We're going to steal it from this because we need it. Okay, so what's the best plan here? We got 4, so we can Morphology something, which would be great. That'll get us some extra stuff. Can't play this and that, so we'll do this. Morphology that. Charge power on this. Buff all of our gobblers. Attack away. Fortunately, he can steal things in the crypt, and so all the ones in the crypt just got buffed as well, but that's alright. Gonna be 8 cards, we're down to 28 in our deck. Nice, we drew a card because he's still holding on to card in his hand there. Let's see. Get him down to start getting him bigger, hopefully. And I don't have enough resources to play an action, so let's hope he doesn't have removal for those. Next turn we'll play both these. No blockers. So I'm going to attack with this and this, and then we will hold this back as a blocker. Now we're tied up on health. Opponent doesn't seem to want to play our cards that he's stealing. So, could play this. But let's do this. Let's put him down. Okay, so we can glaciate something over here. And then 5 damage to that. I think that's... Yep, alright. There we go. So even though we were resource screwed at the beginning, we managed to get the mill deck. I don't know why he wasn't playing anything he stole from us, but it's fine. Unfortunately, we don't have many resources, so we're going to replace the hand, even though... Alright, so we've got both colors. So we will go with blue. Oh, darn it. I played that wrong. Again, I haven't been playing this that much. Play this. I mean, yeah, we'll keep them. You know, having one drop actions for these guys is good. Alright, now we get our blue. Thank goodness. So, Flickering Gobbler. It's kind of cool he comes back to your hand because then he can't be targeted on their turn. So this is so great because now it does, what's this one? Does 4 and 5. Here's what this one does, by the way. It's all about putting things underground. Target this. Just all kinds of underground stuff. Alright, so I don't have any actions that I can also play. Unless I want to do a pyro ceremony on myself, which I really don't want to do. So we're going to get this guy down. If he doesn't go away at the end of the turn, he has a good ability to bring some more actions out. Take another resource so we can ramp up a little bit more. So we're going to do this. Do this. Champion or troop to do the 5. So it's going to do 4. It's going to do 5. And then we're going to attack. And we've created actions. I think those are going to go away, but it's fine. Why he's attacking when he only has, I guess because he can't block the flyer anyway. But and death by Gobbler. Yeah. The gobblers seem very mucusy, so I'm pretty sure it's not a fun death. Alright, so now we've got Artisanal Cheese Smythe Elite. So let's see how our little gobblers do. We get to go first. So this is what he does. He creates a random cheese, puts it in his hand. They get cost -2 at the beginning. Puck's Daydream. And when a cheese enters your deck, and you get ramped when it does damage. Okay, interesting. Alright, so this is not the best hand in the world. Especially against an elite. It's a little better. We'll try this. I don't know. I'm going to go for a non-resource, see if we get one of our little guys. Ideally we want one of the 2-drop gobblers or the 2-drop orc. And we got a burn instead, which is fine. We will hopefully get something. With the leech you have less time because they're going to start going a little bit crazy. I could do that, but I'm going to save that. Need to save the 1-drop actions. Alright, so... I get him down. He's a rampant guy over there. Alright, let's see. I want to attack and create actions and then decide what to play. Alright, so we got... Okay, so we can do 3. This is a no-brainer. These other ones are good, but we didn't have the resources for that. And we got our 2 big guys here, which is nice. All kinds of cheeses. He's the cheesiest opponent there is. Alright. So I'm gonna put another resource. We need resources here. I'm gonna also target him. I'm gonna attack and then see what we generate. Alright, so that's not the best. Could create some random actions, but yeah, because this will kill this guy, so we'll just go ahead and play that. It's gonna get discarded anyway. If we played 2, it would have reduced his cost, but okay, big guy coming through here. Cheesy guy. Alright, so we're gonna get this. So I'm gonna play this in the hopes that what we generate is small enough. No, we keep getting big things. Well, hopefully something this creates is small enough to get rid of that guy. No. Okay, we're gonna take 7 damage. These, the ones we created. Now this is going to be great though. So we'll get rid of this guy. I'm going to get a second turn after this. Let me go ahead and give this speed. Get some reduced here. Target this again. Look at how big he's getting. Now we're going to play this guy. Well, let's see. We can't play both. We'll play him, but although he's getting a bit big too. Let's see. That's nice too. Alright, gonna play him. We got all those charges, so gotta play those, buff all of our guys. That's why I played him first. Alright, that's kind of useless, although getting actions reduces his cost, so might as well play it. In Frost Ring, it's okay to play things before combat, because the AI doesn't really pay attention. I mean, you might get screwed over, but it's not going to be because you weren't bluffing, because the AI is not really about the bluffing. Alright, so we got some speed here. Yeah, we can pretty much finish him off with this stuff. So we took out the cheesy elite. Okay, one more battle, and then we will say sayonara for today. Yurig the Robomancer. If you guys have ideas of decks you'd like to see me play in Frostring Friday, you can send me your deck list, you know, in a comment, or on Twitter. You can follow me and you know, DM me. Let's see. That's okay, I guess. We'll try it. So we're going to start with 2 charges, so he can keep creating robots +2. All right. Please also subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon. I really appreciate it, and it helps a lot. Alright. Just going to make sure we get our resources here before he gets too far along. Okay, no rush on those. Okay. Now, that was a good one to play now, because it's going to cause us to draw cards, extra cards. See, we drew 2 there instead of 1. So Morphology is one you don't necessarily need to hang on to. Get him on the board, target him, start this funness. Take what we can get here. Play those in front, because sometimes you get an action that you need to play pre-combat. And I also wanted him to be buffed. So we can get him down to 5, let's see. Don't want to sacrifice a troop. What's this do? And yeah, let's see. We'll take that out. And then we will do this. Just trying to make him bigger, since he's gonna be unblockable here. Already got him down to 9. It's okay. Alright, so put him down. He's not going to have speed though. Let's see if we play him and an action. He doesn't have crush though. Could have done it directly to him, but I want to make sure we can. Yep, so the most he can do to me is 7. We can play this next turn and win for sure. He's out of resources, doesn't have a flyer, he's dead next turn. Still has that card in his hand, he's letting us draw all this stuff. So let's see, I'm going to play this guy because he's got speed. Buff those guys some more. He's gonna be dead from the Gobbler Flyer. Alright, perfect tier. And again, that was the first tier. It does get harder as you go. So I can't guarantee you'll get all the way through. I'm pretty sure you can with this deck. You know, I took a break from Hex for a year, so I don't remember what all I did with these decks back in the day, but a lot of fun. So check out the deck list in the description. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and tune in next Friday for another Frost Ring Friday. Until then, happy hexing.